Just saying.
Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
good to
Blessings.
see you. I know
You
it's
as
been
well.
a long time
Yes,
since
yes, yes,
COVID,
yes.
right? Yeah, since the
Yeah,
opening of Premiere.
Opening up premiere for
Yes,
real.
that's like
So
what, almost 4 years now, eh?
five. They're going on 5 years.
Yeah, COVID was like blink, 6 years. I still feel like it's 2019,
Well, facts.
right?
Well, a lot's changed since then. So
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations. Having
thank
said
you,
that,
thank you.
I know you got married, you got a hit single, you're touring everywhere, gotten a
Well,
bunch of
no, we wasn't married
awards.
yet at
No,
that
but I said
time. No, no,
you've
no.
gotten married. So much has
Yeah,
changed
yeah,
since
yeah.
then.
So we wasn't married
It's
then.
been what, a year now or two?
2 years. Next year will be Next year will be 3.
Wow. Time really flies.
It does.
Oh yeah, yay. Well, welcome to the show.
Said I got big dreams, they're all about to come true. Chilling at the top with a nice view. It's a good life right now. It's a good, good life right now. Good life, it's a good, good life. Good life, it's a good, good life right now. Good life, it's a good, good life.
I know every single time I come on, I talk about how excited I am to have another guest. And I mean, it is what it is. I actually love, love, love the song that went viral that my next guest is here to talk about. I don't want to just get into the song itself, but we're going to talk about his life growing up in Trinidad, his move coming to the Bahamas, finding love in the Bahamas, and what was the inspiration behind the song. And so me and my excitement are really, really, really here to talk with none other than the incomparable Sherwin Gardiner. Welcome
Thank you.
to Rare
Thank you.
Ones.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. I could not do this podcast and not have you here. I wake up every morning, everyone in my house, even my niece. I have a 6-year-old niece and they just randomly singing Blessings is Gonna Find Me Here.
Wow.
That's how you know your song is a hit, because when you got the toddlers singing
the
your
kids,
song,
that's a different
right?
story.
Like that's how you know you made it. And I said, you know what? I got to get him on the show. I got to get him on the podcast because there's so many things I want to find out about you and your upbringing and the song. So let's start with the song. Let's get the big pink elephant in the room with us, the song that went viral. Your song had reached well over, tell us.
Well, right now it's like 2.3 billion views on TikTok.
Yeah, so it's growing.
Yes.
It's growing.
Yeah.
So I know my numbers were not right. I know it had gone well over 1 billion views on TikTok, and you had over 30 million digital streams.
Right.
So I know those numbers aren't correct anymore because the song is
it's a
constantly
little
growing.
bit higher, but yeah, that was actually February. So it continued to grow, and we get the numbers every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I mean, honestly, this song is more of a blessing than anything else, and the reason why is because it wasn't made to go viral. It wasn't like, that wasn't the intent. So I've been doing music for a very long time. I started at the age of 5. I'm 46, so you know how long that is.
Long time.
And when people say they start at the age of 5, a lot of times it's bathroom or something.
Right?
I started
you're on the stage.
on stage from the age of 5. Yeah, so it's been a journey. I think the impact of what I do started in the early 90s, because I would have been one of the first young artists who wouldn't necessarily come out from reggae or dancehall in the world, but directly in the church, to start doing it in the church and doing it in a time when it wasn't really accepted by the church, you know. So we had to kind of fight through that. The year 2000, I got signed to Lion of Zion Entertainment.
Okay.
And that's when my major traveling started. So I started to do Africa, Australia, different countries doing gospel reggae and soca, being from Trinidad. And the first time I came to the Bahamas would have been 1998.
Oh, wow.
So I came to the Bahamas in 1998 for Youth Alive.
30 years ago.
Yeah, for Youth Alive. So I've been coming to the Bahamas. I've been good friends with Monty G.
Okay.
At that time, it would have been Mr. Links and a
Listen,
couple of
that
the
was
guys.
a time. That was a listen, Youth Alive back then.
It was
Everybody, that was like our club.
right.
That
correct.
was our gospel club experience, because they did bring the reggae, they did bring the dancehall, they did bring the soca, but they brought the message.
Yeah, I know Pastor Dave was the youth minister at that time, so he allowed it. And yeah, that kind of, so Bahamas was I would say was kind of rooted in the journey of my musical career.
Okay.
And because of Pastor Miles Monroe, you know, I remember getting a word from him one time, and he said that you will be recognized globally.
Wow.
And fast forward to now, you know, I mean, I have to look back and say, wow, and now I'm living in the Bahamas. But the song, so 2016, I got signed to a major label called Ty Scott Records,
Okay.
which is the largest African American Christian label. So they have Dietrich Haddon, John Peakey would have been there one time, Kalante Gavin, Anthony Brown Group Therapy, all of them is on this label, and a lot more of the more recognized gospel artists. So I was really the only Caribbean boy on this label.
Yeah.
And then I did my first album with them, 2018. It did very well. I had a song called Because of You. It was on the Billboard. It did pretty nice. Not Find Me Here nice,
Yeah.
but you know, it did pretty
It
good.
held its weight.
Yeah, and then COVID came.
Yes.
The funny thing is, for you to understand this, you have to understand 2019. So 2019, I was supposed to go. I was living in Antigua and Barbuda at that time. So they wanted me to move to the US because Antigua is a bit far, Trinidad is far, down that side is far.
Yeah,
So sometimes there would have been events, and if JetBlue or any of the airlines delay the flight,
That's it.
I would
You
have
missed the event.
right?
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to move back to the US because at that time, for me personally, I wanted to be able to have the testimony of being able to accomplish everything from the islands.
And
Right.
that would have been a very difficult task.
Right.
But if
So-
you got it done,
So
yeah, you would have done something great.
I was gonna sign with a church up there to work at this church, and then I came to the Bahamas for a meeting with VMAC and some other guys about a award show they were trying to do, and wanted me involved. And then I came to Bahamas Harvest, and Pastor Mario at the time was looking for a worship leader.
Okay.
So he made me an offer, and it wasn't like the US offer,
Yeah.
but just because it was in the islands,
Yeah.
I was like, let me tell the label. So I told the label, hey, I can move to the Bahamas. It's 30 minutes flight to Miami, multiple flights to the US, you know, and they were like, yeah, we down. Yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? So that's how I ended up moving to the Bahamas. And then COVID came, and I was just worship leading, doing everything in church. And, you know, 2021, 22, I was still putting out music, but I wasn't really, let's say, I was doing it because you have to, you're kind of committed to, but
Yeah.
not necessarily.
You weren't dialed in.
Yeah, I wasn't dialing to travel again and all those kind of stuff. And then 2023, we went on a cruise. The church had a marriage cruise, and the president of the label, because I brought him a few times and he got to meet Pastor Mary, he came on the cruise.
Yeah.
So we were in Marseille, in I think that was Italy, and we were sitting down having lunch, and he's like, listen, you have to pour music.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do something. And I was like, I don't really want to pour music.
How long was it before, well, in between records, like before you?
So the last record would have been COVID, 2020. So
okay,
I put out something
so
in
3
2020.
years.
So that was about 3 years.
Yeah.
But the last, so it would have been more than that, because it would have been 2017. The one that I put out in COVID was just like a little teaser,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a full album for the label. So it would have been 2017. So it would have been about 5 years putting out a real
That's a long time.
record. You know,
That's
you know
a
what I
long
mean?
time.
So I still had, because my catalog is so big, I've been doing it for so long.
You didn't really need
18
to. Yeah.
albums.
You didn't need to.
I could still travel on the
and
album.
sing the same
But
songs.
with
and,
regards to the American system, it's very different. So
Yeah.
you have to have current stuff
Yeah, yeah.
to stay with the distribution and all the different things. So the cruise was in October of 2023. And then I started to work on a remix, an Afrobeat remix of the popular gospel Christian song called Praise.
Okay.
I finished it and everybody loved it. And then they were like, let's try to get the permission because it's a recreation, so you have to get the rights. That was December, the beginning of December. The label who was responsible then said, hey, it's Christmas, so you have to come back in the new year.
Yeah.
So I was very, very disappointed. And I was like, Lord, what am I going to do? Like, this is what I wanted to release for the new year. You know what I mean? So fast forward to the December 23rd. This is right before Christmas. At the end of the year, every single, from September of 2023, every service that I worship lead, at the end of the service, at the end of worship, we have to pray. Okay. So at the end of my prayer, I always say, something good is going to happen for you.
Really?
So I used to tell the church that, but I was really speaking to myself.
So you were technically manifesting this before it even
happened,
life.
Right? It didn't have a song, it didn't have nothing. So December 23rd, I heard a melody for it, and that's when I heard something good is going to happen in this year. Yeah. And I am grateful that I made it here. That's all I had. My studio was upstairs. I went upstairs. I recorded it. I did the beat, a little bit of the beat for it, and I sent it to our producer in Africa, and he continued, finish it. Christmas Day, the Lord was telling me, hey, speak what you want, right? So I put blessings gonna find me here, favor gonna find me here, and blessings, because I didn't want to put money at all, right? Because if you from Caribbean churches, you know, saying that to people, they're like,
wait, what? It was like, what?
Why are you talking about money?
And blah,
you know?
He ain't godly. He only about the money.
So I was like, nah, I ain't into that, Lord. Like, you know, so I battled with that. And then I said, all right, if this is what God, you know, telling me to do, let me just do it. Because it's a little clip. It wasn't a song. It was just a clip that I was doing to put out on New Year's Day, thinking that, all right, I'll put this out, get a few views, and then we release the song when we get the clearance, right? Okay. So the goal was always praise. Yes. You know, so it's from a pure place. I'm just saying, God, for 2024, I need something good to happen. I did it. I did the video, and then I forgot until New Year's Eve while we in church, the same thing happened. Finished worship, and I said to the church, something good is going to happen for you. Ping, it reminded me, I have this little song, and then I went and I did a little quick write-up, posted it on Instagram and TikTok. And I wasn't really big on TikTok at that time. I had like 999 followers. And I knew because I needed 1,000 to stream.
Okay, got it.
For you to go live?
Yes.
With TikTok, you have to have 1,000 followers. So church over, we all had fun, went home, shower, sleep, woke up the morning, and my phone is going crazy. Wow. Like, I'm seeing red on TikTok and I've never seen it before, right? So I barely see, you get older. So I turned to my wife, I said, what's happening on TikTok? So she could see, she's like, oh, you are real followers. Wow. This is like 8 o'clock in the morning. So imagine moving from 999 followers to 20,000 followers.
In a blink of an eye.
Right, and you could see it keep going up. And then the song at that time was close to 100,000 views. And again, it's going up.
I mean, I don't think people understand what a billion, like a billion. Okay, like I'm still, when I was looking over your bio and I was doing my little study work and I was reading and I said, did he mean a million? And then I was like, no, let's go look again. And I looked again, I said, no. And I started doing the math. Over 1 billion TikTok views is insane.
Yeah, and I'll explain how it works so people could kind of get a bigger understanding of it. So, and that's the crazy part about this testimony. So imagine on January 1st, you have this little clip. It's not a song. It's just a clip.
Literally, just for real.
One of my friends called me that morning and he said, listen, he's also an artist called Positive. He said, doctors, lawyers, teachers, gangsters, everybody have this on the WhatsApp story. So I'm like, wow. He said to me, bro, you need to finish the song. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, I really need to finish the song because I don't have a song.
So when you posted it, it literally was just that small piece.
46 seconds. That's all it is. It's 46 seconds. It's not a song. It wasn't, the intent was never to have a song.
I think some people still don't realize it's a song
Yeah.
because they just you don't understand how profound just that 46 seconds is.
Right.
The minute you hear something good, everybody just goes crazy and you start singing it and you're singing it for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and I believe too is the anticipation it brings. Like, you know, from the time you hear it, it out the gate it's saying something good is.
And the timing.
Yeah, and it's the beginning of the year.
We always have these New Year's resolutions. We always,
Right.
and people who don't subscribe to New Year's resolutions, they still make changes in their life.
Exactly.
And a lot of people coming out of the pandemic from 2023 into 2024, they were still struggling. You know, they were still struggling.
Still have
So
people
to
struggling
hear that,
today
you know,
in
right?
2025.
But
you know?
I mean, but just going
Yeah.
into
That-
yet
and
another
that
year.
is like, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people, I think that is what, because honestly, I can understand it,
Yeah.
right? My wife and I always talk about it and be like, I have so many songs.
Why
What
this
make-
one? Why
what
this
make
one?
this song so
I'm telling
different
you,
and so
I'm
special?
telling
You know what I
you.
mean? So
Yeah.
you're right. I think it's that
That timing.
anticipation and the timing
yeah,
of
and
it.
a lot of people was just struggling, and you had people. I remember that year vividly. 2023 was a tough year for a lot of people,
Right.
and people were just starting to feel normal again.
Right.
You know, after being safe inside and
Right.
losing loved ones to COVID, and then the pandemic, losing jobs, losing homes, just losing a lot. A lot of people were starting to rebuild, or at least was getting the mindset that this is time for me to.
To rebuild.
And so when you wake up that first day on New Year's, you always feel like, even though it's 365 days in a year, you don't say, okay, well, this is day one automatically. We're conditioned to feel that way.
Yes.
Like what you did on Monday, you could still do Tuesday, but for some odd reason, the Tuesday is January 1. It literally is a new day,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I think for me, and I'm speaking for me, when I first heard the song, well, the reel, I heard the part in the reel that starts with something good's gonna happen in this year. I literally was in tears.
Wow.
I was in tears because I remember what that year before was like. And when you feel like you're hitting roadblocks and someone's telling you something's good's gonna happen, if you're not in that space to believe it, in that moment, you believed it.
Right.
And then you couldn't stop hearing it, which helped layer the belief and the faith and the thought and the
Right.
hope.
So it brings
That-
encouragement.
and the joy that
Right.
comes with it. I was like, this song, not only your lyrics, but whoever laid the beat on top of it, like it's just so catchy and it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel good,
Yep.
you know? And I was like, maybe that's just the Heyman side. It's the Heyman side just came out. I was like, all right, Kristen, you did it.
Yeah.
No, but I think timing definitely was a factor.
Yeah, a major
And the
one too.
message.
Yeah.
The timing and the message. But obviously, you're not like a one-shot wonder or one-trick pony. You've been making music all your whole life.
Right, right.
And so your other songs literally are powerful songs that have strong messages as well. But this one in particular, I think because of us sitting in the digital era, it did catapult and it mushroomed and people needed it. I'm sure like people walk up to you all the time and be like, thank you so much.
Yeah, and then you have the ones who you have some funny situations here in the Bahamas with the song. I remember one time going to one of the establishments for food, and I'm in the line. The girls know who I am, and this older guy was right behind me, and his phone rang, and it was
And
the
it was
song.
the ringtone? Oh, wow.
So the whole restaurant was singing along, right? So the girls looking at the guy, and they're like, "So you don't know?"
You don't
You-
even know
you
who
don't know.
you played the song
So-
and you don't even know.
Yeah. So he's like, what did I do? You know what I mean? What? So then they said, that's his song.
Oh, wow.
And he broke out crying.
Really?
It was an older guy, and he was like, yo, my wife and I play this song every day.
the time.
And then he had me crying in the restaurant. You know what I mean? Because it was crazy. Because I was like, wow, I didn't know it impact like so many different age groups and brackets. I'm like, wow, it have to be God who genuinely gave me this.
No, honestly,
You know what I mean?
it
So,
truly was a gift
yeah.
that was given to you. And I think God definitely knew that you were the right person to gift this experience to, because you live this life. You know what I mean? You live this life. This isn't something where you just woke up and say, I'm going to be an artist and I'm going to tour and I'm going to preach the gospel. I'm going to do. You literally live this life.
And I'm glad you say that too, because, you know, a lot of times people tend to forget that, you know, even though we are artists, we are humans, and we go through stuff. If I fall, I'm going to bleed just like you. You know what I mean? So a lot of times people forget that. So the journey wasn't necessarily always the easiest of journeys, but I think the determination and being able to not really give up and press through the trials that you would face is the main reason why I would still have this song. And, you know, like even now, as we speak, this song is still living on and living on to the point whereby I'm in multiple meetings from different companies who still want to take me off of this label and bring me onto their label because they feel like, yo, this have way more potential than it reached. Because organically, remember, I didn't do anything major in terms of, I haven't done a major collab with the song yet. Right? True. We have a few on the table that are coming, but yet still, we have 2 billion
all on its own.
On its own, you know what I mean? So for them, they're like, yo, this is huge potential for something great in the future.
But do you think that the song would lose its, I mean, and this is not a trick question, it's genuine question. Do you think if you do collaborations that the song would lose its, not its momentum, but its depth?
No, I don't think so. I think that because of what this song is doing on its own, right? It just depends on, I think it will be making the right choices. So it's who you collab with will determine what the next steps or what will happen next. You know what I mean? Because literally there are some people who have more influence than others. So it depends on the influence of that person will determine how far it goes.
Now you know how church people go though. You know how church people go.
I as the artist have to protect by making the right choice. Protect the whole what the song is to people, I would say, to make the right choice of making sure that we have. I'll give you a good example. I wouldn't collab with some hip hop artists, but I'll probably collab with a John Legend.
Okay. John Legend, are you listening? Are you listening?
You see the difference there? So, you know, and it's, the gospel is not to hog. It's not to, the Bible says to go ye therefore and preach and teach to all nations, and the only way we can do that is by getting it out there, not just in the
keeping
church.
it in your, and that was going to be my point. Like,
right, we have
like
to
you
take
know how
it
church
out
people
there.
go. Sometimes they're like, no, that's ours. And you can't do no secular nothing because then what are we doing? Like
No, but
sometimes
we
people
get it all
boxed.
the time. I get it all the time.
They box you in sometimes.
I don't only do church events. You know, this year I opened as one of the artists in Nyla Blackman's show in Carnival.
Okay.
So, but for me, that's where you have to take the gospel. And it's funny enough, the amount of testimonies I got from being in that one event was crazy. Like just being there and reminding, because there are people who just needed the reminder that God is still able. And people were inboxing me. I had 2 officers who came to me after in tears, like, you know, I used to be a Christian, and seeing you, I remember you as growing up, made me remember that God could fix things. You know what I mean? So it's something whereby you just have to protect the integrity of the song and just make the right choice in terms of where it goes, you know, and who you collab with.
I think it's just awesome. I feel like this is only really the beginning. Even though you've been doing this for such a long time, I really do feel like this is just the beginning.
Right.
Because of all the opportunities this song is presenting to you. I mean, I'm only hoping that you could even continue to give us more bangers.
Yeah, well, we have a few. One thing I thank God for. So recently, I have another song that's coming that is projected to be a lot more impactful than Find Me Here.
Really?
Yeah, from all the execs who hear it so
you heard it
far.
first here.
it's projected to be that, right? But that's only projected. God is still the one who is the author of all things. So, but from the response from people. But one of the good things that I'd like to share, which is great, is this has allowed me, my personal label, so I have my own record company, to now have major distribution.
Okay.
And recently, we did like a little bit of artist development with two artists from the Bahamas. One of them, she is not even out yet, and she jumped the line.
Okay.
And when I say jump the line, meaning some of the artists been working hard all the life.
Yeah.
Her song right now caused her to get the best deal so far.
Okay.
Right? So we
Nice.
just finished the song recently. So exactly what one of the main reasons why I wanted to stay in the Caribbean is now being fulfilled. So if you just take, because of Find Me Here, it opened up the doors for me to be able to help many other artists and to be able to develop other artists and help them now steer them into their path and to their direction for what they need to do. But when I say she jumped the line, I mean like literally. Even for me, I'm like, yo, I sit down in the meeting and I was like, look at how I had to work hard all my life.
Right.
And this girl just come like,
All my life I had
she
to
don't
fight.
even have a song on the radio yet. And she
already literally there.
because of the song, because of, the production, she could dance, she could sing, she could do a lot more stuff, and she's young. The labels were like, whoa, what is this? Let's take this.
So when
We're
is
gonna
her
go with
song
this,
coming out? Because now I'm intrigued.
yeah, well, hopefully within the next month.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's literally fast track.
So will you drop it or release it similar to the way you did Find Me Here?
Yeah, so because she's doing development, she's doing content, she's doing everything in advance because now we have a template.
Got it.
Find Me Here, cause us to have a template. So we're gonna do everything. So when she come out, interviews, all the different necessary things that we need for her, we're gonna actually do, and then we're setting up certain stuff here in the Bahamas that really help her impact, like make an impact, because I wouldn't be able to be there with her all the time. So we have somebody who's going to be able to travel with her and to work with her and to help her in her journey, because she still have a lot to learn, but yet still she have a lot of good people around her, so we just see how it go. But I wanted to mention that because God just made it possible on the journey to move from having a song that goes viral, but now being able to also make an impact and help others to be able to share their gift with the world as well too.
Well, I can't wait for it. I'm excited. I always like when new artists blaze on the scene, and then if they are from the Caribbean, like I always try to support our own first. I love my people, and so I think anything that you touch, if you're doing it, it's going to be good. It's going to be big. So we're looking forward to that. Promotional consideration provided by Bahari Bahamas, the brand of the Bahamas, offering Bahamian luxury, and Bar Paul, a Golden Resort and Residence bar. So now that we've talked about the song, how it's blowing up, how it's going to continue to blow up, and what's coming next, I actually want to find out more about Sherwin. I want to find out, a lot of people don't know you're from Trinidad.
Right.
A lot of people think you're Bahamian.
Right. Well, technically, I kind of a little Bahamian.
Technically, you're honorary Bahamian, but you were born and raised in Trinidad.
Yes.
Which part of Trinidad? What was life like growing up as a young boy in Trinidad?
So I'm a PK. I'm a pastor's kid. Grew up in a household of pastors. I grew up in a small village called Brazil Village. So even in Trinidad, the village I'm from is not one that is very popular. People used to think I'm from Brazil, the country, because once we say Brazil Village, you're like, oh, you're from Brazil, but no, I'm from a small village. It's in the east of Trinidad, so Arima side, and from a big family. It's 7 of us: Sean, Sherman, Sheldon, Shenby.
Oh, no. I gotta do it again.
Sean,
what? Okay,
Sherman,
in this order.
Right,
in this order.
Correct order. Sean, Sherman, Sherwin, Sherman.
Wait, you said it's a twin in there?
No.
Okay, start again. This is a
Sean.
tongue twister.
Sherman, Sherwin, Sherman, Sheldon, Shenway, and Shekinah.
Okay, what are your parents' names?
Merle and Russell.
No.
So, it's crazy.
There is absolutely no way.
Well, it's because
They fell in love with
He loved
seashells
she.
by the seashore.
Is he, as in dad, love she, as in her,
that's
mommy.
actually
That's how we interpret it.
Well, but I mean, if you interpret it, I like that story because that's a lot of.
It have to be.
Everybody got an SH.
Everybody, yeah.
That is so Interesting.
It's seven of us, but we also from big families. So on my mom's side, it's 19, and on my dad's side is unlimited numbers.
Well,
We don't know
I
about.
can relate to that. I can relate
We
to
don't
that.
know.
I
We
come
just
from
know
a big
it's a
family
lot.
as
You know
well.
what I mean? I meet
Yeah.
cousins, I meet family
Yeah.
who I don't even know sometimes, you know. So, but they know me because I'm popular. So they'll be like, you know, I'm your cousin. Like, cousin will
Be like, are you a
explain.
gardener?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So from a dad's side, but we closer to our mom's side. But growing up in Trinidad was, I would say, for me in particular, is a little bit different from my brothers and sisters because remember, I come into it singing. So I'm singing in school. Everybody know me as church boy. Everybody know me as singing. I was never a follower. I was always a leader. I was never ashamed of being a Christian, even from school days. So my friends, they wouldn't even curse around me because they know that's church man. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. And
someone did?
I just be like, yo, dude, respect. You know what I mean? But because I was protected in school, you can trouble me because everybody's like, Gardner don't trouble nobody, so don't trouble Gardner. You know, that kind of vibe. So that was, for me, dealing with music in school. We did all the festivals, you know, school music festivals and the different things like that. But most of it is finding yourself, I would say what it is, because I always knew that I was called to do this, but finding myself in terms of, in my teenage years, now hearing reggae and dancehall. I really into Anthony B. Loved Anthony B. Loved Sizzler. So even though I was doing contemporary music, I started to now venture out into reggae and then write lyrics that was gospel. So as I said earlier that, you know, we started doing gospel reggae. You know, luckily my mom was one who never really steered us away from it. She's like,
Both your parents were pastors or just your mom?
no, just my mom. So yeah, my dad used to be, he died in 2020. So he was a tailor. So he used to make all our clothes and stuff like that too. And fun fact, from I was 13 years old, straight up to about 19, I was a barber. Wow. So I was going to school making my own money. So, you know what I mean? I was the village barber. So I was cutting everybody hair. And when I say everybody, it was, we grew up in a village. So not like, how to put it? Because you all don't really have villages here. You all just have east and west and north and south. You know what I mean?
We have, I mean, what do we call them? We call them, well, constituencies would be the political version.
It's different. It's still different.
We just say neighborhood.
Yeah, we in a proper village. It's a proper village with tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a place that a lot of people probably would say nothing good could have come from. But yet still God was able to take me from there, and now to be able to make such a global impact is truly amazing. But yet still, I didn't give up, even when I had the opportunity to at many times to give up. And, you know, many offers to do music that didn't represent Christ. And I just decided that, hey, I am fully going to just commit to what I'm doing for God. And now I'm here, you know, so Trinidad is a beautiful place, but very musical. So that in itself also it makes you work harder. Because I wasn't the only one, you know what I mean? Luckily, at the time when I started, I had a lot of mature people who
They guided you.
know the little boy, and they always say, hey, little boy, you know, that was good. Next time do this or do that, you know what I mean? But having a personal relationship with God is what kept me, because it wasn't just about the fact that I had a voice or I could sing or anything like that. It's more so I wanted to do it because I love God, and I knew that what I do, I almost wasn't supposed to be here to do it. Because my mom had the choice of aborting me because she was sick at that time. And all the doctors said to her that would have been the best choice to abort the baby, but she chose life. So knowing that growing up was one of the reasons why I just continued to do what I had to do and just continue to be a voice from the Caribbean.
Where do you fall in the middle of your 7 siblings?
So I'm third.
You're third.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
third.
So you're technically the middle child.
Yeah.
And you know they say about
Technically.
kids and the middle kids. This is like you're the second guest that I've had that's a middle child-esque.
Wow.
It's a thing, it seems.
My sisters and them think I am my mom's favorite.
Really?
Still, to
Hey,
this
I don't
day.
know if that's in my
Yeah.
house, being the middle child.
Being the middle. Well, mainly because I guess, so my mom would have managed me.
Yeah.
she would travel with me when I was younger. You know, so she always with me. You know, she comes to the Bahamas a lot too. She can't come here a lot. So then they will always be like, "Oh, mommy love you the most," that kind of stuff like that.
Because you never gave her problems.
Never.
Never. See,
I
so you were a
got a
good
lot of
kid.
licks. though. I got a lot of licks. I got licks.
Was that a thing in Trinidad? Like how it is in the Bahamas? Like we don't call them licks. You get beaten, you get cut up.
Same thing.
Yeah.
That's what we call licks. Beaten and cut up.
Beaten
is
and
the same.
you get cut. You
same
get cut
thing,
up.
yeah. I got licks mainly not for the things I get licks for is some things that is just like crazy stuff. Like because like all right, I had a guitar. This is we from a family of sports, right?
Yeah.
So we play soccer. Football is the real name,
Yeah.
right? I just say soccer for the Americans.
For the Americanized people, yeah.
But yeah, we play football, and a lot of times they used to have a league, so we used to live right by the ground.
Okay.
And I used to come home every day from school and play the guitar and sing and practice.
Okay.
Now this wasn't something that my mom told us to do or told me to.
It was just your thing.
This was my thing, right? So I pictured doing this for months, maybe 6-7 months. Mm-hmm. And then one day, this team needed players, so they called me and my brother to play. So I went, we played, we won the game, come back home, and then my mom was like, "Did I tell you to put on the guitar today?" So I was like, I got licks for not playing the guitar when I came home from school. So then I said, "Mom, that was my thing. You never tell me to play." She said, "I never tell you to play the guitar. But anyway, keep playing the guitar." So, you know, yeah, it had some funny moments, but growing up in a big house, everybody could do something in music. Yeah. Other brother, Sherman, who lives in the US, he plays guitar, he plays keyboards, he plays bass. He actually plays keys and stuff better than me. Oh, wow. Then my big brother is also a pastor. All my sisters could sing. So that's the kind of family
really musical family.
Yeah,
I like how you just took me back down memory lane with the cut up. If your parent didn't beat you for word, something wasn't right.
Yeah, no, they
didn't tell you to not, like literally,
right, yeah.
like if you are not, you get your Caribbean card revoked if you didn't get beaten like that.
Yeah,
it was a thing. I know my American friends be like, "Wow, you guys would get whoopings," and I'm like, "What?
A what whooping?
Whoopings? What's a whooping?" Like we're like, "No, we get beaten." Like we get,
like
and we said,
we
said it in a way where we know, like if it happened, we earned it.
Yeah.
It wasn't punishment. It wasn't torture. It wasn't capital. There was none of that. Like you couldn't tell your parent, "Oh, why did you do that?" Or how, you can't like gone are the days where you couldn't. You just took it. You took it, and then you.
No, some things I see now, and I'm like,
yeah, it's different,
if
right?
This wasn't my time.
Yeah, I would literally be.
Yeah, it's different.
I would be on the ground. My mom would wear, and she would say this all the time. She'd be like, I will wear y'all for socks. Like she would literally walk on us until she's walking in us. We'd be socks.
Right.
Like you had to mind your manners. And I always wonder, like, if that's how Bahamian culture is, where we knew, like, they would say, children should be seen and not heard. And, you know, like, there were always these little custom norms that we grew up on, right? You be in a room and, you don't ask for nothing when you go in the store. You walk in, you keep your head straight, and you walk out because you don't pay no bills, you don't work. I always wonder if other cultures are the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
In Trinidad,
there's a lot of similarities with regards to Bahamian culture, Trinidad culture. I feel like one of the things that is different in terms of the patriotism here is on a different level. like I can tell.
Give me an example.
No, just I think Bahamians are very proud of Bahamians.
Yes. Oh,
right. And
but Trinidadians, y'all on a different level.
Not with regards to that, because it's so comfortable, right? So we don't speak of it like how Bahamians would. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Because for us, unless it's like sports or something, Jamaica as well is very similar to Bahamas with regards to that. It's a bold face. Way
yeah, we're gonna let you know.
Yeah,
we're gonna let you know.
Yeah, that's different. But in terms of just how we grew up, schooling, manners, how you speak to people, how you answer, make sure you say good morning, those type of stuff. Pretty much along the islands, across the board, is
Yeah,
pretty
you gotta
much
have
the same.
manners. You
Yeah,
can't. There's no way you could be from the islands and you don't have manners.
yeah.
It's not
First
a
time I
thing.
went to New York, I was like, what is wrong with these
Like
people?
they don't
I'm
say
saying
good morning, and they're looking at you like, what?
why is he saying good morning? Like
Yeah,
something
they
wrong,
look at
you
you
know what I mean?
weird.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you could tell Caribbean people because they just mannered a little
Even
bit
the
different, yeah.
salutations, you go, yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I
Yeah.
could
Yes,
not.
please.
Yes, you could
Yeah.
not. I could not speak to someone who was older than me or like my senior, and I just be like, yeah, yes. Like I literally would go flying across the room. My parents or grandparents are in the room because they'd be like, what are you missing?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Right.
And I always wonder, like, if it's that way
Yeah,
across the board.
yeah.
So in
Because
Trinidad as
most
well.
islands I've been to is like that, and I've been to almost all the islands.
Yeah.
There's only a few of the small ones I haven't been to. So across the board, I could say that that's very, very, very similar. Another thing that I would say that I love about the Bahamas is very used to international because of how big
Close to the U.S.
tourism is, right?
Oh, that
Y'all
part,
are
yes.
Very, very accustomed to having stars
Yeah.
amongst.
True.
You could walk out the road now and see somebody and be like,
They're like, oh, hi.
"Yo, oh, he's
Yeah, I'm like,
he's
oh, he's
here.
here."
Oh,
Yeah,
okay."
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't hype nobody up.
Yeah. They ain't hyping nobody.
Like,
up.
Bahamians
Yeah.
are the ones who think, and I tell my U.S. friends this all the time, I'm like, don't take it the wrong way. We're not thinking we better than nobody. It's just that we're accustomed to being around these
And
celebrities.
I get
and
it.
we're like,
I get it because I've been here
yeah.
for a very, very long time. You know, like
and you start to probably do the same thing. I mean,
Yeah,
considering you're a celebrity in your own right.
you're kind of like, I mean, the other day I saw Buddy Hill. He was at Nesbitt's, and I'm at Nesbitt's, and the way they're interacting with him, any other island he go,
Yeah,
they would be crowding him. You know what I mean? And
swarm
he's just
him.
like, oh, it's Buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Buddy? And that's it. Like,
And that's
you
what
know
I
what mean?
love
So-
about our people for sure. I do think that is something that is a gift because we're inundated with
Right.
stars all the time, and because hospitality is our number one industry, or tourism with the extension of hospitality, this is how we make our bread and butter. So I think we're trained, and it's innate. We're trained from kids to be
Right.
mannerly, to be thoughtful, to be respectful. But don't rub us the wrong way. We're going to find a name for you in a minute. We're
Yeah.
going to find a name for you in a minute. We're going to find a
Yeah.
hashtag. We're going to...
And even before I came to the Bahamas was always one of my favorite tourism destinations.
Yeah.
So living here is also, and one of the most underrated things that people don't know about the Bahamas is they're up there for food.
Yeah, oh, yes.
A lot of people don't
I'm
know that.
glad he said it. Say it again for the people in the
Yeah,
back.
they're up there.
And say it for all my Jamaican friends or
li-
Haitian friends.
living in the Bahamas, you'll understand. And this is how I check it, right? Personally, because I travel a lot. Like, if you go somewhere and people within the household, regular mom's kitchen cook,
Yes.
lips,
That's why everybody's so curvy.
you know the place. This place is good.
Like
Jamaica, you just go random house by a friend, and then you're like, your mom cooked this, bro. You know,
Something you
Trinidad
get
is
at a
like that.
restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
There
Caribbean people
are some
could-
places I've been where you're like, okay, but when it comes to the Bahamas, please respect the Bahamas for food. They have some
they
good
don't
stuff.
rate us, and I'm just like, whenever I see, like, I remember seeing this post on the Shade Room where they were like, drop a flag for the island that you think has the best food, and if I see our flag once,
Yeah, a lot of
I was like,
mainly
why
because
they don't rate us?
because outside of Florida there isn't much Bahamian restaurants.
Yeah.
So Florida, New York,
And there's one in Canada that gets a lot of
not
buzz.
one in Canada.
Well,
there's
no, I mean that gets a
multiple in
lot
Canada.
of buzz. Like
Yeah,
there was
there's
this
multiple in Canada.
there was
There's
this
some good
guy
ones in
who
Canada.
went.
Yeah.
I think he's a food
Because
a
you all
food
have plenty
critic.
Bahamians in Canada.
Oh,
so,
a lot.
yeah.
Like how
Yeah.
they say Jamaicans everywhere, Bahamians
Right.
are definitely in
In
Canada.
Canada, yeah. You all have
That's
multiple
how-
there.
Mhm.
And then a few other places that I've been to and I see Bahamians.
So, what's your
is-
favorite Bahamian dish?
Well, first of all, there isn't a month where I didn't eat grits and corned beef at least 20 times.
For a lot of people that don't know what grits are, or well, I guess I'm being politically correct with, or grammatically correct, grits are. But what grits is
Right.
It's polenta. It's greens.
All right, so grits and corned beef is my breakfast.
Yeah.
Right? Most times, mainly by Nesbitt's.
Okay.
Right? Nesbitt's because they
Yeah,
have
that's a
the
hot spot.
spices.
Free plug
that's the
Nesbitt's.
getting on bad there. Also, rice and peas.
No.
The peas and rice.
Peas and rice.
Let me
Get it
save
right.
you all way.
Hey,
Peas and
hey,
rice.
hold on now, Sherwin.
Lamb chop, and
What
with
kind of lamb chop?
macaroni.
Steam, baked,
Steam.
fried. Okay.
And I also like the pork chop as well.
Okay.
Steam, right? I don't like the fried one so much. That's my wife one.
Yeah.
Your macaroni is different from our macaroni.
From everybody's macaroni.
Right, so you'll
Say
have
it
a little bit
again.
more seasoning in the macaroni. Then I do plantains with it as well too.
Yeah.
But I would say a Bahamian thing. When it comes to that corned beef,
Corned beef and grits is your thing.
yeah, that's my thing. Yeah. So
I can respect it.
Sometimes if I do it at the grocery, I'll be able to get the they put sausage with it as well. So
Yes,
so
they
they
give
put
you
the
the
corned
dual
beef-
plate. The
right.
dual plate's kind of weird for me because I've seen people mix some crazy things. Like they would put tuna in the sausage.
No, I can't.
That's a
That
lot.
wouldn't work.
That's
wouldn't work,
that's
yeah.
a recipe for a very heavy day. But I'm glad to hear that you are literally indoctrinated into our food shenanigans.
Yeah, man. It have people who don't get it. They don't get grits at all. And
No, I love grits.
not white grits, please.
Yellow
Yeah,
grits.
Let's get that right too. as
with
well,
extra
yeah.
butter
Yeah.
on it, for sure.
And recently, I tried. Somebody told me to try it with cheese. That was.
Oh yeah, you gotta put the cheese in it, but you can't just put it on top. You have to mix it so it's nice and thick and has a nice consistency. Yeah, man. No, I love to cook. I love to cook
Yeah,
as
you
well.
know the-
so
you know the thing.
listen, I'll eat grits in the night. Like
Oh,
shrimp
wow.
and grits is my favorite dish.
Wow.
So you can give me grits with anything. I will eat
Right,
grits
and
with
I
anything.
don't-
Love it.
So, and I also like sauce because it's similar to our sauce, but
Mm.
as I could only eat sauce if my wife do it because
Okay.
she's put enough lime and lemon in it
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure that it. Most of the times I taste it outside,
It'd be watery.
I can't. I can't.
No, not
yeah.
every all South ain't created equally. So what's your favorite Trinidadian dish?
Well, we have multiple, so that is a hard question to ask a Trini. So we have roti. Roti is one of them. Would be my favorite. Crab and dumpling from Tobago, which is our sister island.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
the
ask you about
crab and
Tobago.
dumpling is basically the crab is different from the crab you all use here, and it's curried. They curry it and it's be soaked in with the dumpling. So same boiled dumpling, but then when you put it together, it's lit.
So it's kind of like how we do pea soup, but with
Not
crab.
really, no. It's so picture curry chicken. Just replace that as curry crab.
Ah, got it.
Right?
And then with the dumpling in
With
it.
the dumpling in it,
Okay,
right,
so the
so-
dumpling's more so wet, not dry. It's because it's sitting in the
It's sitting in it,
curry.
yeah.
Got it.
Some people put it to the side and dip it, so it's dried. But then when you put it
Still soak
together,
it.
it soaks in the curry, so it
Okay.
makes it work. And then, well, a lot of people go to Trinidad for bake and shark. So bake and shark. It's a sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, it was also featured in what is Mike Bourdain, the guy who passed away.
Anthony Bourdain.
Right, he featured it as one of the best sandwiches in the world.
Wow.
'Cause
So what
you
is
have the
bacon
option,
shark?
so it's-
What is in it?
So it's fried bake. It's a fried bake. You cut it, and then you have the option. They put the shark, and then there's a lot of different condiments that you can choose.
Okay.
Whether it be shadow benny, which is one of our big seasonings from Trinidad, different mustards, ketchup,
I'm learning something new today.
pepper, lettuce, all the different things. So you can choose. There's tamarind sauce, mango sauce, chutney sauce, and then you can put all of that together and make your sandwich with cheese as well too. So yeah, it is. So whenever you go to Trinidad, make sure they send you to Maracas Bay. The government's supposed to be paying us for this year.
Right? I'm like, hello.
Both governments.
Ministry of Tourism Trinidad.
Yeah,
MOT
you know what I mean? But yeah,
Bahamas.
check that out. And it is really a good sandwich as well. Recently, we have the gyros from Trinidad is unique to Trinidad. So it just there's a garlic sauce that they do that now I think my mom brought one for me, so I have one home. So they bottling it now. because it just
It's
have
just
a
so good.
yeah, it's a
It's just
unique
so good.
taste.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have to make one for us for the crew
Yeah.
here
No,
one day
well,
and bring it back.
Only those guys, those where they're from, I think one of those Arabic countries, they do it.
Oh, so
So
they're bottling it now and
they're bottling it now in Trinidad because it's a flavor that is it's
okay. Well, I definitely want to try that. I'm a consummate foodie. I may not look like the average shapely Bahamian because they be eating Sunday dinner every day. I love my people, but I always like to find out like what is the food of choice or what.
whenever the podcast gets to Trinidad,
Yeah.
definitely make sure one of
Oh,
the
we
things they
definitely
do
we
is
come in. We definitely go in.
is a food tour. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we definitely
So,
got to do
in
it.
Trinidad have a lot of people who would guide you the right way for food. Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely there for you. I got another question for you before we get up out of here. A couple of questions actually. And what is the biggest misconception that people have of you?
That I'm very serious.
You're not?
No, I'm not. Well, I am, right? But not always. So let me explain what I mean by that. I'm an introvert, right?
Okay.
So I like to be by myself. I like to be in studio. I like to work. I like to do like
You
if
don't
I
need a
wasn't
bunch of
here right
people
now,
around
yeah,
you.
I don't need it at all. I prefer to be home
Yeah.
than out. But because I grew up in this music industry, I love people.
Yeah.
I am pretty much one of my goals is to, well, it's on my bucket list to do a comedy special. So I have three
So you're funny.
very yeah.
You gotta tell us a joke.
Um,
You have to tell us a joke.
I have
Put you on the
three
spot. Put you
I
on
have
the
three
spot.
sets
Okay.
already, like put on because that's my goal to do a set at least before I die, right? So I have to do it officially. And I'm probably gonna
something
do
new.
one here and do one in Trinidad. Because
So
I'm
like
supposed to dance square
so
about it.
stand up?
Yeah,
like
stand
really
up. Yeah.
stand
So
up.
sometimes, like if I have shows, right, I'm naturally, like on the spot, I'm gonna do a lot of funny stuff or say a lot of funny stuff. And people always say, "Yo, dude, why you don't just do a comedy set?" Like that was funny,
in the middle of your song. There's only one artist that I've seen that has done that successfully, Jamie Foxx.
Yes, he's done that a lot, right? So I'm quick on the
You quick-witted, sharp
quick,
tongue.
yeah, sharp. So that is something that a lot of people, that would be a major misconception. But a lot of the jokes is real life actual things in the set of itself.
I get it.
Like things
Yeah.
that actually happen.
That's hilarious. And you're just telling them
no,
from a different
like,
vantage point.
When I tell you hilarious, like you wouldn't understand.
Well, you gotta tell us. You gotta give me. You gotta tell me what.
Yeah, I'll invite you to the set because I can't give out.
You can't give out your secrets and jokes.
'Cause
Just said, okay,
how
fair
the
enough.
set
Fair
is,
enough.
it tied into each other, and some of the things is just is crazy. But like even my African experience is probably one of the funniest of them all. I can tell you one of them though. One thing that happened that was ridiculous, but I went to Ghana for a show with me, CeCe Winans, Donnie McClurkin, and another artist. That time I was living in the US, so all my band was light skinned.
Oh, gee.
The
I can see it
entire
coming
band
now.
was light skinned, and I
Was the only
the only
dark
dark
chocolate.
when we got there, now mind you, there's a flyer on the wall. There's thousands of people standing, waiting for the artist to come, right? And when we got there, we did the visas. They did mine first. I walked out. My picture is on the wall. Everything is there. I walked out with one of the guys who was the promoter. We passed all the people. We reach out the airport, standing by the sign that says "Welcome to Ghana." Nobody said anything.
Wow.
They didn't
A
cheer, they
whole
didn't do
picture,
anything.
The whole picture.
Whole picture there.
Wow.
I see my band now coming out, and everybody's like, "Sherwin Gardiner!" So I'm like, hold on.
Like what I missed.
I just fit in like a regular Ghanaian, yeah. I just look like one of them.
Wow. And
So
they missed the whole artist. That's insane.
I laughed. I was crying. I was like, this is unbelievable. And the band is like, and the guys, so funny. They're like, oh, thank you.
They bought into it. They were like, let's milk it. Let's just milk it.
Let's be. They don't even look like me.
Because they're all light skinned, all light skinned brothers.
Everybody light skinned. Everybody
I'd be like,
light
you're
skinned.
fired. You're all fired.
It was crazy, and that was the start of real funny things. Like Ghana was fun, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was very funny, but it was good.
Well, I love the fact that you're extremely well traveled, and you can share stories for days of all the places you've been, all the places you're going. But there's this one place that's called the Bahamas that you moved to, where you're able to find the love of your life.
Right.
How did you meet her?
During COVID, we actually met during COVID. So I was going through, at that time I was like, Lord, let me tell you something, right? Because me and God just talk a particular way. Say, God, let me tell you something. Next person I meet, I don't want to be meeting
A bunch of randomness.
I fed up with this wildness. Let me just get it together. And I say it like a Trinidad. And I remember at that time in COVID, I was responsible for the church social media. So what used to happen is, because I'm posting stuff a lot, when I go over on my page, Bahamians start popping up like crazy, right? Because, you know, the cookies and the algorithm change and all these different little things like that. Now, I didn't know that while I was praying, and it will be good if she could tell her side of it.
I think I heard her side of it.
Right. So while I was praying, she was praying and saying, God, I fed up dating these like wildness, like what is going on? You know what I mean? That was like 9 in the morning. She was driving to work and she said that prayer. So at about 10 o'clock, I messaged her and I said, but do you go to Bahamas Harvest by chance? Because I knew her face, but I wasn't sure. Because I sang at her baptism. I think I sang at your baptism. And then she's like, yeah, I go to Bahamas Harvest. But funny enough, even though we both go to the same church,
Never really connected.
we never saw each other. Only on the baptism. And the baptism was the first baptism that, like, I came to Bahamas Harvest Church March 24th. I started working. Her baptism was at least about a week after. So since that was 2019, fast forward to 2020 was the first time I saw her on social media, and that's how we started talking. And then we moved from talking, and then we start going out, dating and stuff. But the good thing about our relationship is that when we started, the craziest aspect of it is the fact that she didn't know who I was in terms of, she didn't know I was a popular artist or anything like that. So she literally got to know me for just
genuinely,
Sherwin.
organically, as you should. That's the best kind of
Sherwin
meet.
Gardiner,
Yeah.
you know, like, because I was telling her, like, you know, I'm popular. And she's like, oh, okay. And then one day, we went to McDonald's, and the girl at the window was like, oh my God, this is Sherwin Gardiner. And then she's like, oh, you popular? you really popular?
I could definitely see her doing that.
you
Like,
know what I mean?
you legit.
You know what I mean? So, and then our story just developed from there, you know, and now we 2 years in, and it's just been a blessing, you know. So
Yeah, I've known your wife for a very long time, and I have to say that I think you guys make a beautiful couple. Your energies and your auras are pretty.
Very funny too.
Yeah,
as
your
well,
auras
so-
and energies pretty in sync. They match. They match.
Right.
And I know I was like, oh Lord, she ain't easy. You can't get over on her. So
I think God, because I've always been a very patient person, you know, so a lot
she
of
can
people
tell
don't
you,
do that.
she'll let
definitely.
you. She will hold your feet to the fire.
And
She'll
she's
let
a
you
boss.
know.
I've always called her a
she's
boss, so,
definitely
yeah.
not one that you can play with. So
Yeah.
when I found out that she had found the one, I was like, I gotta meet this person because she is very particular, you know. And so when I did meet you, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense.
Yeah, I think we complement each other well. I learned a lot from her in terms of even from the perspective of me, my label, and from the business aspect. I've grown a lot because of her, because that's what
She has her head on straight. She always has, and she's very, very, very meticulous. And that's one of the things I always loved about her. So I think it's always great when, like Bible say, who you finds a wife finds a good thing. And I think you found a great thing in her. My last thing, before I let you go off into the sunset of tours, if there's one thing you could tell one artist, aspiring artist, that might be losing their way. Actually, my 2 questions. That's the first one. What would be the one advice you could give them? And then lastly, I'll tell you the second question after that.
Well, the main thing I tell artists, and I have to say it from more so a gospel perspective, relationship comes first. And when I say relationship, your relationship with God, because even during our talk here, a lot of the times you heard me say that, even with Find Me Here, I went to God and said, God was telling me, hey, you didn't finish the song. The only way that could happen, it comes from a place of having a personal relationship where you could actually hear from him and know that it's him speaking. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, a lot of the young artists depend on logic. So they look at the Sherwin Gardiner, they look at all the artists who are successful and try to replicate it, but they never really sit down and say, God, what do you desire for me to do? And that makes a big difference, because once you start understanding and hearing from him, you will be actually doing what is in your purpose, not my purpose or anybody else's purpose. So I don't try to be anybody or do anything like anybody else. I just try to be me and do what I have to do for me. So even with the young artists that we're working with, we ask her to write her vision, write what she sees herself doing. So when we write for her, we're not writing our purpose and pushing it on her. We actually writing something that connects with her and resonate with her. So I would say to them, because now everybody want the advice of work with this producer and that producer. Well, you need to know who you are first, because you can work with the best producers and still not have a good song just because it just not connecting with people or sticking with people. And that's because it didn't come from a pure place. And that's my advice. Yeah.
I like that. I like the fact that you think that it's important to be intentional about that, your journey, writing it down and knowing where you want to go, because nobody else is going to know that for you.
Exactly.
You got to know it. You have guided people around you, but only you know exactly what's in you to be able to bring it out of you. I like that. My last question I ask every guest that join me on the row, what is that one thing that you think makes you a rare one?
One thing?
Just, I'm sure there's a lot. Give me the one thing that stands out.
Relentlessness. I think I am very relentless. I don't give up. I keep fighting. Even when I'm faced with trials or even when something don't work out, quitting and giving up is never an option, right? Even though sometimes I feel like maybe it's a little hard, I still just very relentless. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna keep fighting and I keep moving. I think that makes me very rare, because a lot of times I've seen where people just give up easily and they turn their back easily and just don't have that fight. That wouldn't be Sherwin Gardiner. That would never be me. I am gonna fight through it. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna keep pushing and keep going and keep moving until I fulfill what I need to fulfill for God.
Well, I think there's nothing left to be said after that. That relentless pursuit to succeed is always something that's going to make people like you rare and stand out. And I mean, all I can say after that is hopefully the blessings will continue to find me here.
Definitely.
And I look forward to seeing everything that you're going to be doing for the rest of this year, and more music, more reels. I need more. Give me some more beats so I can put behind my reels. I'm looking for it. But thank you so much, Sherwin.
No problem.
I really appreciate it. Now you get back to soccer. Football.